What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. This is Decoding with Cody. Today is May 6, 2025, one day before the conclave to decide the new pope. And we are going to do a live stream today. So, welcome to everyone in the chat. And this is going to be about 40 to 50 minutes before I head on my own Euro trip. It's just so crazy, this reality, guys. I mean, this movie, this whole thing is connected to my personal life. It's crazy. Hello to Coffee Girl in the chat. Thank you for that thumbs up. AJ, hope everyone's well. So yeah, it's just crazy, guys. I plan to go on a trip with my girlfriend to Spain tomorrow, and I had to get this video out. And it's just so funny that the way that God had it play out for me was the code that I found was connected to a movie called Eurotrip. And here I am getting ready to take a Euro trip. So, and this movie is about a guy from Ohio that goes to Germany to meet his pen pal girlfriend from Germany. And well, guess what I did, guys? I went to Germany to meet my pen pal girlfriend. So this movie, that Eurotrip, is really connected to me. And we're going to talk about the golden spiral in this decode. And the symbol for my channel is the golden spiral, and it has been since the beginning. So that's just an introduction to all the crazy coincidences that connect this movie to my life. But man, I hope more people watch this video. We only got 30 in the chat right now, but I'm going to wait a few minutes to get some more people on here, because this one's going to be very interesting. And again, guys, we're going to go back in the past and we're going to see what they told us in the past, or what this reality has scripted to us in the past, connecting to our current present time. And I think it's pretty clear once you see what I'm about ready to show you. So hope everyone's well. My buddy Widow's Son is in the chat. Make sure you guys go subscribe to him. Big shout out to him because he's been talking about this movie, Eurotrip. So yeah, I mean, make sure you guys go check him out. Hello to Sarah. Hello to Mr. Aaron. He says it's buffering. Is it buffering for you guys? Is anyone else buffering? Just making sure. Okay, he says it's refreshed. Okay. Hello to Tara May. Hope everyone's well. Once again, please hit those like buttons if you're just getting in. We're going to jump right into it. Again, guys, I got a trip tomorrow, very early in the morning, so we're going to try to get through this. But here is the Pope is a very important person in this world. So this is a huge thing coming up, and we're going to see what happens once they select this new Pope. But I'm going to talk a bit about 3 different candidates for the Pope. But the main one I'm going to talk about is the guy who's currently got the highest percentage chance on Polymarket to win, and that would be Pietro Parolin. The other guy, Luis Antonio Tagle, he actually connects to this as well, and I will talk about him briefly. Another guy I'm really looking at is Peter Turkson. These are the 3 guys that I'm really leaning towards: Peter Turkson, Luis Antonio Tagle, and Pietro Parolin. And I'll give a bit of a narrative for each one in this video, hopefully. I find it funny that the current buy yes rate for this guy is 22.7 cents. 22 divided by 7 is 3.14 pi. So that's very interesting. But he's not so far behind Pietro Parolin, so I'm not ruling this guy out, okay? We're going to talk about both these guys here. And I'm going to show you why I think it's possible for either of them. So please, let's get into it, guys. So the first thing I want to start talking about is this movie, or this conclave that's coming up, is going to be connected to this movie called Eurotrip, okay? Came out in 2004, so many years ago. And a lot of people already know this movie. It's a very famous movie. It's not a very clean movie, but It's a very famous movie. And remember, earlier this year, the actress who plays in this movie, she died. Okay. And at that time, I told you guys, I thought that her death was connected to Pope Francis' death. And what ended up happening was we had the death of Pope Francis later on. So again, Michelle Trachtenberg is the woman who starred in this. We're going to talk a bit about Michelle Trachtenberg because, again, she passed away and she's a huge clue. But we're also going to talk about the actual movie itself because, again, I told you guys this movie is about an American high school graduate who travels to Europe to search for his German pen pal, which is essentially what I did. He's from Ohio, too, in the movie, and I'm from Ohio. So I'm from Ohio, and he goes to Germany, and I'm from Ohio, and I go to Germany. So it's crazy. In this movie, though, he plays Scotty Thomas, and we're going to talk about this guy who accidentally becomes the Pope in the movie because of an accidental fire in the Vatican. And we're going to talk about how this connects to it. So let me just bring up the video real fast. So here is the video of the incident in the movie where he becomes the Pope. And notice that the headline for this video posted by Box Office Movie is called "The New Pope is a Teenager." And that's funny. But look at when this video was posted, guys. July 14th, 2023. And look how many views it has. 161. That's interesting because the number I'm going to be talking about in this decode is 1618. So it's super interesting that the amount of views on this video right now is 161,000. I mean, what's the chance of that? The number I'm about ready to tell you about is the golden ratio. No, that's the 1618. Okay. So just absolutely crazy. But let's just go through the scene real fast and show you what happens. So they're in the Vatican, they're playing around with the props, and his friend, Scotty's friend, doesn't know that he catches his hat on fire. Okay. So he catches his hat on fire, and what happens is they start freaking out and they throw the hat into the fireplace. And this actually causes the public to think that the Pope has died, because what happens is the smoke starts to come out of the chimney, telling people that the new Pope, sorry, I need to remove this comment, sorry. So they throw the hat into the fireplace and it causes the smoke to come out, signifying that the new Pope is being chosen, okay? So thank you guys for reminding me to remove that comment. Appreciate it. But yeah, so this is the scene in the movie where the new Pope is selected, and then they all gather, just like they're going to gather tomorrow for the conclave, and they're saying they're going to select the new Pope. And here's Michelle Trachtenberg, who, again, she passed away just a few months ago. And she says it's going to be an arrest, she says, as she's walking out. But so you can see that he's walking, right? And he sees his girlfriend, his German girlfriend, out the window, and he gets tangled up in the curtains, the gold curtains, and for some reason he's holding this spiral staff. And this is so important, guys. There's such a reason why this guy ends up holding a spiral staff. And the chosen one's asking me, so is the new Pope black? I don't know if the new Pope's black. I mean, the only guy who's black has a very low chance of getting it. Peter Turkson is the black guy, and he only has a 7% chance. I'm not ruling him out, but we're going to talk about a little bit about him. But please focus on this info, guys, because this is so crazy what I'm about ready to show you. So he gets tangled up in the curtains, and then he comes out by accident wearing the gold curtains and holding this spiral staff. And guys, there is an absolute reason that this guy is holding a spiral gold staff. This is so coded, that's not even funny. I'm going to prove to you why this is so coded. Guys, this is absolutely astronomically crazy what I'm about ready to show you, why he's holding this staff. This is not the Pope's staff, guys. The Pope does not hold this crook staff, okay? The Pope does not hold this. There's no reason, he wasn't the real Pope, of course. He was mistaken as the Pope in the movie, but the Pope does not normally hold this staff. And the top guy who is currently at the top odds to win the Pope this year is Pietro Parolin. And look at the picture that the Wikipedia uses to portray Pietro Parolin. He's holding a spiraled staff, very similar to the spiraled staff that is being held in the movie Eurotrip by the kid, okay? And again, let me reiterate this. This staff, if you read about it, Pietro Parolin does not normally hold this staff. If you ask this online, Pietro Parolin will not normally hold a spiral staff. Let me just look it up. Does Pietro Parolin hold a spiral crook staff? Let me see if I can make this simpler. So look at this. No, Pietro Parolin does not hold a spiral staff. He's the Vatican Secretary of State and a seasoned diplomat. Considering a serious contender for the next pope, the term spiral staff is not associated with his role. Hold on, let me just type in a different word. So does Pietro Parolin hold a crosier? So the staff that he's holding here in this picture that they chose for him is not his normal staff. That's all I'm trying to get to you guys, all right? This is not his normal staff to be holding. Why are they picturing him on Wikipedia holding this staff? And why is it so similar to the staff that this guy's holding in this movie? So wait till I show you how these two guys are connected. It's improbable, undeniable, and unprobable what I'm about ready to show you. So here we go. All right, let's get into it. So I already told you the papal conclave is tomorrow. All right. And it connects to Eurotrip. I already explained. If you guys are just getting in, I already explained how this connects to Eurotrip. So if you're getting in now, you're going to be confused, but we're going to go through this. So again, I showed you the whole incident about how they catch on fire. They get the new pope. He comes out with the spiral staff, right? So here we go. First of all, let's just start with the basics. In Gematria, A is 1, B is C, A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, to Z is 26. All right. This movie connects to the death of the last pope, Pope Francis. Look at the Gematria, guys. Pope Francis equals Eurotrip. Okay, so there's your first thing, okay? Wow. I mean, what's the chance of that? And remember, in this movie, there's a scene about a pope dying, okay? So the chances that this equals his name is very, very crazy, all right? On top of that, this movie was released on the 20th of February in 2004. If you go from the anniversary of the release of Eurotrip to this conclave, it's 11 weeks exactly from the movie anniversary to the conclave. Why is that so interesting? Well, Pope equals 11, okay? 11 weeks exactly from the movie to the conclave. Now, look, guys, I told you, what are the chances that these two guys, again, I told you, these are not the normal staffs for a pope. And Pietro Parolin does not normally hold a staff with a curved, with a spiral, a crook staff with a spiral at the top. Now, in the movie Eurotrip, he gets mistaken as the pope and he's holding the spiral staff. Look at the birthdays of these two guys. What do you guys think about that? I don't even need Gematria. Look at the birthday of the guy who plays the Pope, the actor, January 17th. Look at the birthday of the guy who could be the next Pope, January 17th. They have the same birthday, guys. Not only are they holding the same staff, they have the same birthday. All right. So, I mean, what in the heck? And look at this in the movie, Scott Melkowitz, however you say that, he plays Scotty Thomas. Look at the gematria of Scotty Thomas and Pietro Parolin. Now, this is in Francis Bacon, which is the Old English cipher, where the U and the V are the same and the J and the I are the same. But look at the gematria, guys, 168. So not only do they have the same birthdays, not only are they holding the same type of staff in their pictures when they're pictured as, the main pictures of them, and not only that, they have similar gematria. Okay? Now, they're both born on 117. Guys, the staff that they're holding is the golden ratio. And don't argue with me about this. That's exactly what this is. This is the golden ratio, also known as the divine proportion. Now look at what the divine proportion equals in gematria. It equals their birthdays. The divine proportion equals 117, like the birthday of Pietro Parolin and the birthday of the actor who plays this character in the movie. All right? And there is a book called The Divine Proportion. Okay? And that's what the golden ratio is often called. All right? So not only, let me just reiterate this, not only do they have the same birthdays, not only do they have similar gematria, they're holding the same staff, they have the same birthday, which points us back to the staff in their hand, which is the golden spiral. All right. Now, look at this, guys. Not only do they have the same birthdays, they're born exactly 312 months apart. In gematria, the word pope equals 312. Wow. The last pope, Jorge Mario Bergoglio, his name equaled 312. He lived in the Domus Sanctae Marctae, which equals 312. So again, I keep adding layers to this. Not only are they the same birthdays, the same staff, they're actually born 312 months apart, which is the gematria of Pope. All right. Now brace yourselves for this, guys. This one right here is one of my favorite finds I've had in my whole channel. And get ready for this. Not only is the guy's name Scott, the actor's name Scott Melkowitz, or whatever, how you say that. The conclave will begin on May 7th, 2025. That will happen when the moon is in lunation 1266. Look at the gematria of the name of the actor, Scott Melowich, 1266. The moon, remember, they started counting the moons in 1923. That means since we started counting, this is lunation 1266. The actor's name equals 1266. All right, so get ready for this, guys. Hold on to your hats. Look how old this guy is today, one day before the conclave. I don't even need to say anything more the rest of this decode. I could just hang it up right here. What in the world? Not only are they carrying the same staff, not only are they born 312 weeks apart, look how old he is today, this actor. He is the golden ratio, guys. He is the first 5 digits of the golden ratio today, right before the conclave. 16180. He's holding it in his hand, guys. They're telling you right here with the, why else is he holding this in his hand? And why is Pietro Parolin holding this in his hand? And why do they have the same birthdays, which equals the divine proportion? This is astronomically crazy. And what is the logo for my channel, guys? It's the divine proportion. And guess how many days my channel's been around today? 1186 days, the same digits in the golden ratio. So I am connected to this 100%. My dad's name is Scott. This character's name's Scotty. In the movie, he's from Ohio. I'm from Ohio. He goes to Germany. I'm in Germany. I'm going on a Eurotrip tomorrow. I had no idea that Eurotrip was going to be in my decode today before I planned a Eurotrip. Like, Ohio equals 117, like divine proportion. Okay, but this is crazy, guys. This is the first 5 digits of phi. Okay, like this is undeniable. So if you guys are just getting in here, and please share this video with everyone you can, because this is wild. Now we got to stop here because we're going to talk about the golden ratio. The golden ratio is known as phi. All right, so let me just type it in. Phi, the golden ratio, right? So this is where we must bring up the other guy who's involved in this, okay? We're not just going to talk about Pietro Parolin. We need to talk about Luis Antonio Tagle. Now, where is Luis Antonio Tagle from? Well, Luis Antonio Tagle was born in the Philippines. Do you guys get what I'm pointing at here? The Philippines, one of the only countries in the entire world that starts with the words PHI. Think about that. So not only is Pietro Parolin completely tied with, with this Eurotrip, right? The second contender, Luis Antonio Tagle, is from the Philippines, which starts with phi. And the name Pietro starts with pi. It's all about pi and phi, my friends. The mathematical numbers in our reality that script our reality, pi and phi, Pietro, and the other guy is from the Philippines. And this is exactly why the Philadelphia Eagles, people in the chat are talking about, the Philippines was colonized by Spain. I'm going to Spain tomorrow. I mean, how crazy is that? But let's keep going. Now, I want you guys to keep in mind the year that Luis Antonio Tagle was born. When was he born, guys? 1957. When is the conclave starting? It's starting tomorrow in the United States on 5/7. Tagle was born in 57. So keep that in mind as we go through the next few slides. So if you guys want to share this part of the decode, please do, because this is amazing. I'm so crazy how I found this when I did. So remember, I told you that the second contender, Luis Antonio Tagle, he's born in 57. Now, again, the actor who plays the accidental pope, he's 16180, the golden ratio today, right? Look at the gematria of golden ratio. Golden ratio equals 57. Tomorrow is 5/7. That's when the conclave begins. Not only does golden ratio equal 57, golden equals 57. Remember how Trump has been declaring a golden age? So the guy is the golden ratio today. Tomorrow on the golden ratio day, 5/7, will be the selection of the next pope, right? Now, and my friend in the chat, Widow's Son, is mentioning the secret. So let me just type in something for you guys real fast. This is all connected to secrets. Can you keep a secret. Look at the gematria of can you keep a secret? I talked about this phrase last year when the WWE was talking about this. Can you keep a secret? 1618. Pietro Parolin is currently the Secretary of State. When Trump got his ear wound, it was all connected to the golden ratio because Trump's ear looks like the golden ratio, right? The ear looks like the golden ratio. Flip it upside down, and you have an ear. When Trump got his ear wound, I did a video about the golden ratio. Can you keep a secret? 1618. Pietro Parolin is the Secretary of State. During the shooting of Trump, it was the Secret Service who had to save him. You guys get it? Secretary of State, Secret Service, golden ratio. The golden ratio looks like the ear. In order to keep a secret, you need to cover your ears, right? Trump gets shot in the ear. He says, "Let me get my shoes." Go back and watch my video from last year on the Trump thing. It's all connected to Philadelphia and phi and the golden ratio, okay? And remember, when did this video of this scene come out? July 14th, 2023. Pretty much exactly a year before Trump was shot in the ear. And again, it has 161,000 views right now. I mean, is that just a coincidence? Are these views completely scripted? I mean, I'm talking about the golden ratio here, and it has 1618 views, right? Or it has 161 views right now out of all numbers. Yeah, so Joseph is saying in the chat that Pietro Parolin was made a cardinal on the day leaving 312 days in the year. Yep. 222, the day leaving 312 days in the year. That goes back to you see these two guys are born 312 months apart, and he became a cardinal on the day with 312 days in the year. And then Pope Francis' name equals 312, right? Now, remember, we're going to talk about Michelle Trachtenberg and Michelle Obama, okay? Michelle Obama and Michelle Trachtenberg are a big part of this. But anyway, this conclave is happening on 5-7. Golden ratio equals 5-7. Golden equals 5-7, okay? Now look at this. The other actor in the scene who gets the hat caught on fire, Jacob arrives Pitts. Guys, why is the guy's name Pitts? What does the golden ratio look like? It looks like a bottomless pit. I mean, just look at the golden ratio. It looks like you're going down a spiraling staircase of the bottomless pit. Now, if you go to Gematria, and you type in bottomless pit, it does equal 1618 in the trigonal cipher, okay? Interesting, right? Bottomless pit, 1618. Now, the golden ratio looks like you're going down into a bottomless spiral. The guy who burns the hat in the scene is Jacob Pitts. Pitts, like the pit, guys. And when Jacob Pitts turned 16180 days old, like the actor who just today turned 1618, so the other actor, Jacob Pitts, he turned 16180 days old on March 8, 2024. Guys, from the day he turned 16180 days old to today or tomorrow is 161 days. What? What in the world? So not only is this actor 16180 days today, the other actor is 161 after his 16180 day. I mean, what? Tomorrow on the conclave. Like, that's just crazy. Like, this guy and this guy, both part of this scene where they accidentally get the new pope, right? So this guy, Jacob Pitts, he's born on Biden's birthday. And don't forget, Kamala Harris was in Philadelphia when Trump was shot in the ear. There is a huge connection to Kamala Harris here and probably Biden. But look at this. How old is tomorrow on the Conclave? How old is Jacob Pitts? Well, he's 45 years, 168 days old. Guys, that's the Gematria of Pietro Parolin. And if you look at this number, guys, 1618, let me see if you guys in the chat are picking up what I'm laying down here. What does this 1618 remind you of? What does the number 168 remind you of? And just to throw in the organic code here, what is the name of my channel? And what is the symbol of my channel? I didn't do this on purpose, guys. I chose this symbol from my channel before I even knew anything about Pietro Parolin, okay? And I didn't name my channel to get the 168. But look at this. Decoding with Cody equals Pietro Parolin, 168. And these are the first digits in the digits of the golden ratio, 1, 6, and 8. And again, I'm going on a Euro trip tomorrow to Spain. Anyway, just more organic connections. But again, Pietro Parolin equals 168. Today is 168 days after the birthday of Jacob Pitts. Okay. Or tomorrow is, sorry. All right, so now we need to talk about Michelle Trachtenberg. ZRG TV. I don't know if we're going to make it there or not, but maybe one day. I don't know if we're going to make it there this time, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. I would like to go to Barcelona. So look at this. Michelle Trachtenberg, who was in this movie, she dies. All right. Earlier this year, right? Connected to the Pope. And her name is Michelle, right? So now we need to remember something here. The birthdays of these two characters are January 17th, okay? Who also has a birthday of January 17th? This woman, or this this man, Michael Obama, or should we say Michelle Obama. Now, we're talking about Pietro Parolin, connection to Eurotrip, having the birthday of Michelle Obama, and the woman who played in this movie was Michelle Trachtenberg, and Michelle Trachtenberg is the one who died. And it's Michelle Obama who has the birthday of Pietro Parolin. In fact, Michelle Obama was born 9 years to the day of Pietro Parolin. So there is a Michelle Obama riddle here for sure, 100%. So how does Michelle Trachtenberg connect to Pietro Parolin? Well, look at this, guys. Pietro Parolin was 30 years and 267 days old when Michelle Trachtenberg was born. Why is that so interesting, guys? Because Pietro Parolin could become the 267th Pope. I mean, is that a coincidence? Is it a coincidence that the guy who could become the 267th Pope was 30 years, 267 days old on the birth of Michelle Trachtenberg? Okay. So this is just another coincidence, maybe. I don't know. You guys can decide. Now, Michelle Trachtenberg actually shares a birthday with the third guy who I'm talking about, Peter Turkson. So let's bring up Peter Turkson. Look at the birthday of Peter Turkson, October 11th. What is the birthday of Michelle Trachtenberg? October 11th. So there seems to be a code for these three characters. You have Pietro Perelin, Luis Tagle from the Philippines, right? Like Phi. He's born in 57. Like golden ratio equals 57. Tomorrow the conclave is on 5-7. That's this Asian, the guy from the Philippines. And then Peter Turkson is born October 11th. That's the same birthday as Michelle Trachtenberg. Okay. Now, there was a blackout 2 days after the Pope died. Okay. A blackout. This is the only black candidate. All right. He only has a 7% chance to win right now. Sorry, 6%. He's gone down since the last time I looked. He only has a 6% chance to win the Pope. So do I think that it's possible? Yes. Do I think that it will happen? Maybe not. But Peter Turkson is for sure a candidate. Antonio Tagle, his best chance, I think, is him being from the Philippines, which connects us back to this golden ratio, right? But this is the most... Raise your hand if you guys think that this is the most amazing part of this decode. Like, this guy who's in the movie holding the golden staff on the day before the conclave is 16180 days old, the golden ratio. I mean, this is just wild, man. Somebody's saying Ghana got independence in 1957. So that's interesting. Yeah, there's 3 Peters in this too, and they always said the last pope will be Peter. So Widow's Son says I should check from the death of Michelle Trachtenberg to the start of Lunation 1618. Hold on. It starts on Michelle Trachtenberg's birthday, apparently. Wow, that's crazy. It starts on Michelle Trachtenberg's birthday, guys. Lunation 1618 will start on the birthday of Michelle Trachtenberg and the birthday of Peter Turkson. So, guys, this is interesting. Peter Turkson, his birthday and her birthday will be the start of Lunation 1618. Huh. He says go from Michelle Trachtenberg's birth to the 1618. Hold on. I see it. It's got the 816 there, like or the reverse 1618. 16180 in reverse. And wow, that's crazy. So that's Lunation 1618. And from Michelle Trachtenberg's birth to her birthday, that would have been her 68th birthday, guys. And Peter Turkson, how old would he have been on that day? Let's see how old Peter Turkson would be. Oh, he would have been 105 years old. Golden. Golden. 105. Peter Turkson would have turned 105 years old on Lunation 1618. Wow. Golden. So, all 3 of these candidates I just mentioned to you have a golden ratio connection, okay? Pietro Perelin is the most obvious one. But Luis Antonio Tagle is born in the Philippines, like Phi, And this guy, his birthday in 2053 will be on Lunation 1618. So this is the reason why I'm throwing these three characters out here, okay? Luis Antonio Tagle, Pietro Parolin, and Peter Turkson, okay? I'm still leaning towards Pietro Parolin. So if you go from the release of this video on YouTube about the new Pope to tomorrow's conclave, or no, sorry, to May 10th, it's 666 days. So I'm wondering if we get some news that day, because that's going to be 666 days from the release of this video on YouTube about the new Pope, right? And 666 is 3 spirals. The 6 is like a spiral, guys. It's like the end of the staff. So, I mean, wow, 666 to tomorrow, right? Or not tomorrow, sorry, the 10th, May 10th, 666 days after that video. Also, if you go from the day that Pietro Parolin became the secretary, that would be to tomorrow, it'd be 4222 days. So that's interesting. So you got the 222, order out of chaos. And it's exactly 48 Mercury years from when he became secretary to tomorrow, exactly 48 Mercury years. And exactly 143 lunar phases. Okay? So that's also interesting. But that was from the day he became secretary of the Vatican, Pietro Parolin. Oh man, guys, this is just crazy. I can't stay on here too much longer, but because I got to get to bed. But there's definitely more to this. Yeah, I see what you're talking about with the Elvis thing there, Noel. But yeah, I mean, the main point here, guys, is this slide right here that I'm on. If you guys missed the decode, please go back and watch. I only have 70 likes, guys. I have 176 in the chat and only 70 likes. Apparently, people don't think it's amazing. And I know most of you probably hit the like button, but I don't. I just don't understand how anybody can question this coded reality when you see stuff like this. Like, it's just crazy, man. What time is it where I am? It's currently, what time is it? 7:47. I got to get up and fly and drive to the airport at like 1:30. So guys, I got to get to bed soon, but I'm going on that Eurotrip tomorrow. It's so funny, right? But I'll be giving you guys some pictures of this place. And but yeah, I mean, just craziness. If you guys missed the beginning, I think it's just at least go back and watch the first half of this decode, because yeah, the song in the show is called Scotty Doesn't Know, which that goes back to The Secrets. And this song is sang by Matt Damon in the maybe there's something connected with Matt Damon. Oh, there's one more thing. Hold on, let me see if I can check my notes real fast. I got 168 in the chat now. How about that? So if I check my notes, okay, so Tagle, okay, here's another note, guys. Tagle, right here, and Pietro Parolin were born 887 days apart, so almost 888 days apart. Tagle and Parolin. Also, if you type in the words phi and pi, phi, pi, right? The two numbers. And you go to the Fibonacci, which is the phi, it equals 267. And Pietro Parolin could be the 267th pope. So that's interesting. Also, there was some 242s that I forget now. Oh, guys, the movie, I forgot about this, but the movie Eurotrip, it features his German girlfriend, right? And today in Germany, there was a big event happening, of course. So look at this. So the movie not only connects to the Pope, but it connects to Germany. Germany, new chancellor. So today, there was a very interesting event that happened in Germany because Friedrich Merz was appointed as the German chancellor hours after unprecedented parliamentary defeat. So he actually lost in the parliament, and he still became the chancellor. And remember, in the movie Eurotrip, it's all about the German girlfriend of Scotty. Okay. And don't forget, this all connects to this Francis Scott Key Bridge and certainly connects to the Golden Gate Bridge. I'm not going to talk about the Golden Gate Bridge here, but look at what Golden Gate Bridge equals. The Golden Gate Bridge literally equals Pietro Parolin. You guys see this? So that's interesting. Somebody in the chat, Sojourn 137, saying Parolin means Roman. Interesting. I didn't know that. Widow's Son in the chat is saying, oh, tomorrow is 312 days after Spiral. Oh my goodness. Wow. 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 I'm speechless, guys. I totally forgot to tell you guys. Michelle Trachtenberg was in a movie called Spiral. Holy moly. She was in a movie called Spiral. Her last film appearance. And in the movie, Michelle Trachtenberg plays Cody. I'm so absolutely mind blown. Guys, this movie was connected to me. I mean, her last film role, she played Cody White, and it was called Spiral. And now I'm connecting to tomorrow's Conclave to Spiral. And if you go from the release date, June 29th, 2024, to tomorrow's Conclave, 312 days, guys. Oh, wow. And this is the number that we just talked about in this decode, right? 312 days from Spiral to tomorrow. And remember, the two guys that are holding the Spiral staff from Eurotrip are born 312 days apart, and Pope equals 312. Yeah, Pope Francis died in Millennium Lunation 312, actually. Thank you for reminding me. But I mean, what's the chances that her last movie was Spiral, guys? I totally forgot to add that in here when I was talking about the Spiral on his staff and the Spiral on his staff. And then you find out it's 312 days after Spiral came out. I mean, that's just astronomical, man. Yeah, and somebody's mentioning the 1008. The 1008 is also interesting. It's the 108. That's a huge spiritual number, connected with the moon and the measurement of the moon and the. I'm not going to get into the 108, but that's also interesting. All right, so I guess we'll see what happens, guys. We will see what happens. But if Pietro, I'm still thinking that Pietro Parolin is the most likely, but I would not rule out Antonio Tagle being from the Philippines. Phi. So you have Pi, right? Pietro Pi, and you have Luis Antonio Tagle from the Philippines. You have Pi and Phi kind of connection right there. And then you have Peter Turkson, who we found out will turn, his birthday will be on Lunation 1618. But yeah, I'm going to rest. Tom Seegers in the chat is saying I need to rest, but he's right. I do need to get off here. But please, everyone, take care out there. I will send you some great pictures on my community section when I arrive, and hopefully it doesn't rain, guys. Please pray that this trip does not get rained out too much, okay? Because we don't want to go there for a whole week to escape the weather here in Germany, only to get more rain in this paradise we're going to. So hopefully no rain. Please pray for no rain. I don't want to deal with the rain. So, but either way, I will try to get some good pictures for you guys. And yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow and the next days with the Pope. Much love to everyone in the chat. Much love to Joseph Aquaviva. Make sure you guys go subscribe to his channel. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Widow's Son in the chat also. And thank you to everyone. And we'll see you guys very, very soon in the next decode. God bless.